Hey, in this video we did a bunch of upgrades to our 2021 Jeep Gladiator Mojave. We installed a Rubicon bumper with a hoop, with a winch plate, with a winch, with attached lights from Mopar, as well as Mopar lights to the hood. Let's go ahead and get started and go through it all. Hey, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like and click that bell to be notified when we got new videos available. Let's get started. Hey everyone, this is Robert from Sherburne Outdoors. Hey, we just did a massive amount of upgrades. I know everybody's been following along as we've been doing things to the 2021 Jeep Gladiator Mojave. This was a big week. First of all, I'd like to thank our friends over at Hicks Automotive, specifically Thad Taylor, one of the owners, for doing a great install. We'll go through it all in a second, but it was pretty sweet. So hey, this was a big one. As you know, before I had been talking about getting rid of the plastic bumpers on the Mojave. I didn't like them. I went with a whole Mopar complete package. If we look at what's going on here, we've got a Rubicon bumper. We've got the hoop to protect the winch, as well as the lights that go along with it at the top from Mopar. We'll flip the camera around in a second and go through all this stuff. We did put a 10,000-pound winch in from Warren. It's about all we could fit. I was looking at the 12, but I don't think we could fit it in there. And we did have to buy a Mopar winch plate to get this stuff in. And we put a 7-inch Mopar lights on the bumper itself, on the hoop. And we put 5-inch Mopar lights up by the windows on the dash, and as well as the KC lights adapters. Hey, let's flip this around, take a look at what we did, and then afterwards we'll actually talk about the pricing, because I gotta tell you, this was not cheap. Let's do it. All right, first things first. We did move to a Rubicon steel bumper, the 3-piece, to where the sides can be taken off just by a couple bolts there. It did come installed from the factory with the LED headlights, or LED fog lights on the plastic bumper. They are 4 screws, so we actually thought we were gonna have to order some 2-screw ones which fit the steel bumpers, but it actually did come installed with it. So that was one thing we didn't have to worry about. They did have to do quite a bit of cutting to get it in, because we wanted to keep the steel plate that's there, the silver plate that protects the bypass shocks here from Fox. So after we got the bumper done, there was a bunch of other things. They had to put a plate in actually first here for the winch plate. I'll go through all the pricing. This stuff's really heavy, and you see here we actually do have the Warren winch put in here. It is tight. It is a 10,000 Warren VR10 Evo, so it's 10,000 pound. It's got the manual. I'll do a separate video on this, as well as the lights and the bumper by themselves, so everybody can get an idea. But you know, just went with the simple Warren exit points here along with the hook. Might do some upgrades to that. I did want a hoop here for protection on the winch, as well as being able to put the lights in right here. I thought that was important. It was something I wanted to do, but I looked at so many bumpers. Gotta be honest, there's so many bumpers out there. It is crazy. And this is my daily drive, so I wanted something conservative. I didn't want some of the crazy stuff I saw out there, and it is some wild. There's some big, bulky stuff out there. Well, anyway, let's continue on. So these are, so I went Mopar. So this is a Mopar bumper, Mopar here, and then also Mopar winch plate. And then the only difference is here is we did go with a Warren winch. I didn't want to go with anything else. I trust them. That's a good brand. I did go with the Mopar 7-inch lights here. These produce 8,000 lumens. We'll get into that in a later video, a little bit more in depth. But here's just a peek at when I turned these on last night on a dirt road. You can kind of see from when it's just the headlights to when these things come on. Boom. I mean, it is significant. In addition, I've got the LED headlights here, so let's just say we light up the trail really, really well. These pop off really easy. So you got these nice covers here that you can put on. I like them on, but you know what? I kind of like them off. So here's a picture of everything on, and here's a picture of everything off. So I'm really not sure. They just clip back on. Here's a video from the guys at Quadratech where they actually turn the lights on with these covers on. You leave them on for a little bit, they actually do melt. I guess they're generating quite a bit of heat behind the scenes there. But the other thing we had to put on was these clips here to hold on. I bought all this stuff. I bought all of the Mopar stuff, the winch, the bumper, everything on here except for the adapters at the top we'll talk about in a minute from Quadratech. I've got links in the description to everything. So also why I wanted to stick with the Mopar stuff is I did want to keep the orange hooks. I'm not big into orange, but I do like the contrast with the Sting Gray and the orange along the sides. It's not too much, but I did think it accented just enough. So that's really the front. Again, I'll do a couple other videos with a little bit more in depth on the bumper because they did have to do some cutting. We'll get a little bit more into the lights. And I do have these lights as well. They are hooked into the auxiliary switches which we have in the car. By default, they came with it from the factory as an adder. So the other thing that we have here is we do have the 5-inch Mopar LED lights. Again, these are pretty industrial scale here. See all of the heat dissipation on the back, and they're also submersible. Now on the Mojave and the 392s, the hood is significantly higher. So your typical adapters that would come out of this screw here, this screw, this screw, this screw, and come down, have this big bulky thing, they actually don't fit this. And you know what? Mopar didn't have anything that fit this either. So I went to KC Lights, and they make this great adapter that just goes into this first hole here and attached to the window hinge here for your front windshield. And it works great. It's fairly, it fairly tucks right in here. And these things put out a lot of light. The two of them together do 4,800 lumens. Here's kind of a sneak peek of me blasting these things off on trail with the headlights. They light it up. So that's kind of the products that we put in. So again, we went 5-inch Mopar. We went KC Lights right here for the adapter. We went Mopar bumper, Mopar winch plate to hold the winch in place, Mopar, we call it a hoop or a winch protector here. We went Mopar 7-inch lights, and then Mopar adapters as well. And then we went Warn VR10 Evo winch on the front. All right, let's talk about pricing. Cha-ching! How much does all of this stuff cost? Well, let's go through it, because I will tell you it was significantly more pricey than I thought it was going to be, and don't tell my wife. Let's just start with the bumper. This piece right here with nothing in the front of it, it is $1360.99. I got free shipping stuff, but it did come in. But it did come with the LED fog lights built into it. If you buy them on their own, they're actually $440. So, I don't know. The hoop right here, this guy cost $338.99. Boom! That seems expensive. The winch plate, I will tell you, that was expensive. To hold the winch in place, and that, again, I don't think we can fit a bigger winch in here. It would be really tight. We barely got this one in here. For the 10K, the winch plate was $548.99. The winch itself, also from Quadratech, was $864.99. The adapters here, just to hold our lights in place, were $78.99. These 7-inch, which are really high end, they are very, very nice lights. They were $849.99. If we go up on the hood here, we got our 5-inch lights here from Quadratech as well, but they are Mopar. They were $556.99. Cha-ching! And then the adapters. Actually, this might be the cheapest thing on here other than the front adapters. These are relatively new. They are almost industrial grade from KC Lights. They are $99.99. I don't know why not 100, but we went 99. So with all that together, and the labor from my boys over at Hicks Automotive putting this together, it was $1,000.26. So 1,026 for the labor. All the parts included were $4,699.92 from what we just talked about. And then the total of all of this together, which was significantly more than I thought I was going to spend, was $5,725.92. Yes, you heard that correctly. $5,725.92 for the bumper, the winch plate, the hoop, the mounts, the lights, the winch itself, the mounts here, and this, and including all the labor that went through it. So I am ecstatic. Hey, we're going to come back and have a deeper dive video on the lights. Will be up next. Then we'll do the bumper, and then we'll do the winch. So, wow, that was quite a bit going on. Hey, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe to get on the channel. I appreciate it. We're trying to get to this 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. And click that bell to be notified of when new content is available out there. Thanks everybody for your time. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.